Hi everybody, I hope everybody's good wherever they are. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not responsible if anybody gets hurt. It's just my opinion, and sometimes I swear, and I'm going to start making the YouTube video like this so you can see me doing my tarot cards. And so please tell me, this is about Whitney Houston, her death and her life and death. So please tell me about her life and death, Whitney Houston. First, I'm going to go about her childhood. Please tell me about Whitney Houston's childhood. Please tell me about Whitney Houston's childhood with her mother. All right, past. This is the past. Present. Past and present. I just did the past and the present. All right, please tell me. And also I'm gonna add a couple cards. I'll be a minute. Be right. Past, present. Oh yeah, past and present. I'm gonna do 2 cards for that. That's the article of Shift Shapers by Lucy Candish and Jasmine Beckett Griffin. So I'm gonna do 2. The only problem with this is that you have to do it a special way because it's hard. Because these are very, very bendy, so I'm gonna have to do that. All right, her past. Whitney Houston, her past was, she thought she had a pretty good childhood with her mother and father, and she got along with everybody, but they judged her. She wanted to do her own thing, and she didn't want to be like everybody else. She wanted to do what she wanted to be, a musician. She wanted to be a musician. She didn't want to be anything else than that. So she tried to. She was a hard worker and she had opportunities. She wanted to be a singer and work hard being a singer. And she had anxiety, like was she good enough to be a singer or an actress? And she had depression. She was fearful of not, having a bad relationship with people, with her Bobby Brown and her family. She was scared of having bad relationships. See, this person is fearful. You see, they're upset, upright. They're fearful, like they're scared. They're upset that they're not doing the right job. Like she was a kind of person who always wanted to do the best for other people, and she was fearful. Of helping other people. She wanted to help other people, and she looked out for them too. She was in a lot of drama, being out in the public and being the role model. Everybody was always watching her, the paparazzi and everything. So everybody was watching her, and she was depressed, being always with the paparazzi, and the people always wanted to know where she was and what she was doing, taking photographs and everything. She wanted to be left alone. She was depressed. and sometimes she was blocked. Being a a singer, a actress. She was blocked. She wanted to do more than that. I think she wanted to be maybe make more videos, maybe travel more, do other things than she normally did. So she was blocked, and, and she wanted to do, she had anxiety, like she wasn't sure if she wanted to be an actress anymore or a singer. She might have wanted to step away from it for a while. And I don't think she could have any more children. She was infertile. This thing says she can't have any more children, so she couldn't have any more children. I think she only had that one daughter because she couldn't have children. And like I said, she had anxiety, about her life because of being around the spotlight. She was tired of always being in the spotlight. She wanted people to leave her alone, like, leave me alone. And she wanted to learn a new skill, maybe to cook or, I don't know, learn how to cook. She wanted to do something in trading. Maybe she would have been a good trainer, like learned how to exercise and be in a gym training. And she wanted to improve her life. She wanted to not do drugs and alcohol. I'll do that too, another thing. She wanted to do other things in her life, make herself happy, improve her mind and body and soul and not do drugs. She wanted to make herself better, feel better. The present, she was seeking personal closure. She wanted to end taking drugs and alcohol and stuff. She didn't like the way her body was and the way she was feeling. I think she felt crappy toward the end. You always see her in those videos or YouTube videos or television, TV things where she looks tired. She feels, drugged up. So yeah, and she had delays of wanting to get better. She wanted to get better, but it took a long time because people were only interested in her for her money and her power and being popular, being a singer, someone up there in the A-list. She was tired of that. She thought she was being used. She encouraged, though. She was a very courage person. She looked out for herself. She spoke up for people who couldn't in a relationship, so she stood up for herself. But she was also tired of, people always bugging her, the paparazzi, the famous people. She wanted to be left alone. She was tired of always, standing up for herself. But she was very religious and faithful to her fans and the people who were looking out for her. She was very restless person, She didn't want to do that. She was tired of doing the same things, singing the same songs, going out on tour, doing the same songs. Like I said, she wanted to do something else. She wanted to be reinvent herself because she was tired of doing the same thing. And she wanted to be unpredictable. She didn't want to do the same thing. Like I said, she wanted to try something different. And she was impatient and she felt ruthless because she didn't want to do the same thing over and over, the same songs, the same ideas, the same videos. She wanted to do something else and the same thing, and I don't blame her. She had a lot of regrets in her life, how her marriage turned out with Bobby Brown and her relationship with her daughter and the people who were around her. She had a lot of regrets about how things were turning out, with her drug use and alcohol. She wanted things to get better. Yeah, this is the bug. Yeah, she wasn't trying to look back because she felt sad and depressed. I think she had a lot of depression in her life, so she was trying to get better from it. She was trying to be obsessed with grieving. She got really depressed too. because people were asking her to do things that she didn't really want to. That a lot of people were asking her give her money, being selfish and greedy, only thinking of herself. So she was getting burnt out. I think she had a lot of burnt out in her because of, people wanted stuff for her. They weren't looking for her best interest. So she felt negative, like, oh, I'm tired of people wanting so much from me. So she felt burnt out. Yeah, I feel like she was burnt out and she felt negative that a lot of people, some people were out for just using her. So that's the past and present. All right, now I'm going to ask her the $1,000,000 question. Did she always do drugs? In the 80s, some people said she did do drugs, and others said she didn't do drugs. So I'm gonna do in the past. Did she do? I'm gonna do the past, present, and now. Past, present, and now. Did she do drugs in the past? She surrendered to it. She said, oh, I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to do the drugs. I'm going to surrender to it. She wanted a change, but she didn't want to do it. She felt like she was addicted to it, and it was hard for her to quit taking the drugs. So she did do it before she met Bobby Brown and stuff, because it was hard for her to change. She had insight of, oh, this is not good for me. She knew this was not good for her, but at the time she didn't really care, even though she did. I know that's a contradiction, but she wanted to let go of taking the drugs. She didn't want to do it anymore. She said, oh God, this isn't working for me. It's going to destroy my relationships. It's going to destroy my fans. They won't like me doing the drugs, and her career. So she was worried about how it would affect her, and she wanted to change. She didn't want to continue doing the drug thing. There were two roads. That's the past. This was the present. There was two roads. She didn't know which road to take, if she should, get help, or she would stay on the drug path, because she knew that probably would end her life. She wasn't sure what to do, because she didn't know if she had anybody to help her, like, help me. I don't know if who to turn to. So she didn't know one. It was an overload of information about her drug use. She knew the people knew about her taking drugs, and she felt overloaded about them knowing, because she told them, so she didn't hide it from them. She felt very overloaded with people knowing that she had drug use, and she didn't know what to do about it, if she should get help or whatever. She wasn't so sure if she should get help. I think she celebrated the idea of getting help, and she in the present time she was trying to get help. So she was trying to get help, celebrate with her family, and she was trying to find a new someone else to care for her. Besides, her marriage was over with Bobby Brown. Maybe she was gonna hope to meet someone else and have a better life. And she was hoping that when she got better, that people would look up to her and think she was doing better, and her family and friends would think, oh, she's really trying hard to take care of herself, her health, and they were celebrating, oh, great, she's going to go to AA meetings, go to Betty Ford clinics and get help. So they were celebrating, yay, they were thinking, yay, that she could do it. So yeah, they were thinking that she wanted to get help. She knew she was into drugs. So I'm going to ask now, another question. I'm going to ask I'm going to ask a couple questions. How did she and Bobby Brown get along after they split? I'm using my new things. Hopefully these will tell me good. What happened after Bobby Brown and her broke up? With their relationship okay? I'm using these. Oh, there was a thing that she didn't know that was coming with her relationship with Bobby Brown. So it turned out actually she didn't know there was going to be a good change. There was a change in for her in her relationship with Bobby Brown. There was a relationship changed that she didn't see coming with Bobby Brown because they had a bad relationship. She was hoping it would get better. So, the relationship changed, when they were married. So, she wanted to protect herself from, the harm that her and Bobby Brown were having. So she wanted to be protected. See, the dog's protecting the girl. I think this is a very good card because if she wanted to protect herself from, from Barbie and the relationship, this is a protection. God, these are good cards for her. Oh, there's another one popped up, so I'm doing 4. There's another one I always do. Once Upon a Dream. She was very creative, and she was a genius. Maybe that's part of the relationship that, that caused friction with Bobby Brown because she was very, she had her own talent of being a singer and an artist and an actress. So, she was very creative, and maybe I think he was jealous of that. And maybe she was going to write a book too. It says writing. Maybe she would have written a book if she was still alive about her life. That'd be great. An autobiography, or she would have someone a person who writes for her, This came. And this said, not your. She wanted to be independent from Bobby Brown, and do her own thing, Once they broke up, she wanted to do her own thing and be free, She wanted to be independent. See, the girl, independent, from the animals. I love these cards. These are, yeah, she wanted to have a free career, raise her daughter with him, but have a free career. She could test her own waters, be a social butterfly. So yeah, she wanted to have her own relationship after the relationship, when the relationship was headed bad. So those were good cards for her. All right, I'm gonna see if this will work. Like I said, let me get some cards. How was her money? How much money was she worth after she passed away, or almost passed away? All right, passed away. We'll say. How was her finances? Whitney Houston. It's all right. My dog wants my attention. What was how much? Was she? Did she have a lot of money when she passed, Whitney? Or was she more, had more money and was more popular after she died? Please tell me, did she have a lot of money when she passed? Please tell me. I'll do 3 cards. Did she have a lot of money when she passed? Oh, she wanted. She wanted to move on from just being a singer and a songwriter. She wanted to do something else. See, she was aspiring working. Maybe she would want to do things for, charity work. This might be a charity thing. Maybe she wanted to do some charity work with help other people, like children and, third world countries who don't have good schools and good water. So she wanted to help other people, and she was very spiritual. She wanted to help do some inner work and help you get clear before you move on. So insight, you will get insight what you work was best served you needed. So yeah, she wanted to help other people. Oh, that's great. Limitations. She had some limitations on how much she could have done. I guess her the person who ran her money, the person who was charged with her money, said you can only do this. They were absents are not what they see. You can get around them. Oh, so she had to be careful on asking them, oh, I want to spend this money for charity, but charity, because a lot of people were greedy. They only cared about themselves. So she had to be careful on how she asked the people for the money for charity. So she had to watch her. And she had good investment with her money. So when she died, she did have good investment. She invested in probably stocks, bonds, homes, other things. She probably invested very good. She was a good investor. So yeah, she invested her money. It's investor education. Maybe she was going to learn things on the internet, to maybe take a couple classes on the internet, because she probably was smart. She probably might have learned some classes. Quiet. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you have a dog. So yeah, she wanted to learn more stuff. She probably would have taken, I know that sounds like classes. Maybe she would have gone on the internet and took some classes. And she was a very spiritual person, and she wanted to give money to charities, but she had to be careful because the people who ran her money didn't want her to. But she said, I'm doing it anyway. So that she had to be careful on how she asked. All right. Can you please tell me, when she died, did she die of the drugs? Let's just ask it in a nutshell. Did she die from the drugs, or was it other things that, made it look like the drugs? Well, just ask. I'm going to just do by the hip. And entertainment purposes, I almost said that. Forgot to say that again. Entertainment purposes, did Whitney Houston die of drugs, or was it just, someone, outed her? Please tell me, did she die from drug overdose in the tub, or did someone plant the drugs there and ended her life? I'll do 3 cards. All right. Yeah, I'm going to use these. And one of these. Okay. Let's find out, people. It says not necessarily, it says yes, that she died from the drugs, but it also says sudden awareness. She was aware that someone was out to get her. Like I did in previous videos, she was worried about her life that was in danger and other people. So she was scared. She was scared of her life being in danger. She was like probably worried, telling people, oh, someone might be getting me, my life is not safe anymore. So she was really scared. She wants to choose happiness. She wanted to be happy, but she was kind of confused. She didn't know what to do. And she was withdrawn, like, oh God, I don't know what's going to happen to me. She's scared to death. She's not getting much sleep. She probably has post-traumatic stress disorder because she's scared. Someone might be tapping or, like I said, the phone, or, or doing something. Maybe she got threatening phone calls or hang-ups. So she was very scared, and she wanted to retreat and stay in her own home. She didn't want to go out because she was afraid. Yeah, she was afraid. She was a confident person. She said, "This isn't really the way I am." Having people threatening me. I'm a courage person. She wanted to speak out, and she probably did, saying, "Hey, I think someone is, doing things to me, like maybe phone calling my phone, putting messages, saying, leaving threatening messages on me, saying if you talk, we're gonna." Or they were subtle about it. Yeah, she wanted joy in her life. She was tired of all all this. She wanted to be confident. She's a very confident person, but she was tired of of people. She would have to be aware of people because they were after her, and let me look. look. She had high standards when she, went about her career and how it was going to go before she passed. She didn't want people to take advantage of her because she had high standards. She liked fine food, food, clothing, jewelry. She liked the finest restaurants, the finest hotels. She liked to make money. She liked to give to charity. So she wanted to learn other skills. Like I said in the other thing, she maybe if she was alive, she would probably take online classes. I know that sounds, but she said, it says, and she was appreciating for what she's had. Now she was appreciating that what she got, and trust. She trusted that the people on our side would look up for her and stand up for her and not let anything to happen to her. So that she wanted to be trusting people, look out for her. She wanted people to trust her. All right, so it doesn't really say that. It said, she did die from the drugs, but she also was aware the drugs could kill her, sudden aware the drugs could kill her, but she also felt like someone was out. I'm going to say, look that up. Did she think someone was after her? I said that before in the other video, and it said a little bit on this. Did she feel, these are all, sorry. Was she, have to fix these. Did she, I said that you feared that she was going to be taken out, but I'm going to try to go one more time in death. Sorry, that's my alarm going off. Having all these different eruptions. It's part of the territory. Was her life being threatened? She said she thought she was being threatened. There was other videos, and I said, entertainment purposes, that she thought someone was out to get her. I'm going to try to go into it deeper. Did she really think someone's going to kill her? I'll ask one more time. If it doesn't answer, then hey, it is what it is. Maybe I'll do a third video. Did she feel like her life was really threatened, even though she died from the drugs? She wanted justice, because she wasn't sure if anybody was going to believe her because of her health. The drugs were taking a toll on her health. So she wanted things to get better. She didn't like the way she was feeling. She wanted to get better and get help. She wanted the truth to come out about her drug use and other things in her life. She wanted the truth to come out of the drug use and stuff before she died. And she wanted closure on, finding out that she died for this way. She wanted closure because she ended up in the tub. And she wanted her daughter and everybody who loved her find closure and say it wasn't your fault, or it was the drugs and stuff, and there were delays. Like it took them, I think it took them a long time to find her body. So it took them a long time to do an autopsy. So I feel like she's thinking this took a long time, them taking an autopsy, delays, and a closure. She thinks there was no closure, no good closure on how she died. She thinks it wasn't just, the drugs. There was no real closure in her death. Oh, boy. She was a courage person, though, before she died. She wasn't going to let these people get to her and the drugs get to her. So, yeah, it doesn't say too much. She thinks someone was after her. Maybe that was the drugs that were talking. But it doesn't... She wanted people to find out the truth about her drug use because I guess she didn't want other people to do it. Or she thought someone, planted drugs on her, too. Leaving, the drugs out there, justice, they wanted the police to find the truth about her drug use. So it doesn't say anything about P. Diddy or anything. Sorry, that's the way it is sometimes. It doesn't say, so you can't, I'm doing what I did. It says she did do the drugs and she was worried someone was out to get her. I think that might have been sometimes the drugs say that. And also P. Diddy on the other tape. Okay, I'm going to say one more thing. What does she wants to tell me? I say this to everybody who's passed. Is there anything else, Whitney, you want to tell me? Damn. Hold on. Anything else you want to tell me before I say goodbye right now, Whitney, about, before I say goodbye for now? I might do another video of you in the future, part 3. If they find more evidence about your death, might do that. Please tell me. I'll just do 2 cards. She just had bad luck. She thought she had bad luck. She was in the wrong place in the wrong time when she did the drugs, and they found her in the pool, in the tub. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Drinking champagne, finding drugs there, which I don't know. To me, that's questionable, but I couldn't find the answer. So it says she had no control of her death. It just happened. She thinks it might have been just it happened, and it was she was in a negative place. She was thinking maybe she was going to die. I think she did think she was going to die. So yeah, she had bad luck. She knew she had only days numbered. She thought in her mind, oh God, I have only days number. I know that sounds, hypocritical. One day she thinks that someone's out to get her, and another day she dies from the drug overdose. So I think it was in her mind. I don't know anything about illegal drugs. I've never done them, but I think in her mind she thought someone was out to get her, and there was a lot of negativity in her mind. And the ending, she was hoping there would be a new beginning. It doesn't automatically mean someone's going to die unless it's near the tower. If I had the tower, that means she was killed or something. But it means she wanted to, before she took the drugs and stuff, I think she wanted to have another new career, like a new career. The next day if she would have woken up, she wanted to do maybe another tour after she rested and got help. So yeah, she wanted to transform into another person, after I think she wanted to get help. Transformation. She didn't like being on drugs and stuff. So she wanted to change. She wanted to get off the drug. So transformation. She wanted to be a new person. So yeah. Oh boy. She wanted to not do the drugs. She wanted to quit for herself and for her kid. So wow, that was interesting. But it doesn't say anything about if someone did it. Even though in one, we're at the trial, it says she thought it did and he did. But it is what it is. And she did think she wanted to quit the drugs before she died, and she wanted to revolve herself, maybe go to Betty Ford Clinic or take care of herself, be detoxed, go to AA meetings and all that. So she did want to get better before she died. So maybe it was just bad luck. So that's all I said that was on my on the tarot cards. Until my next video, take care and bye.